Alright, in this video what we're going to be doing is importing some empty cases that would be used to add on to our current effects. So whenever we fire, the brass case will get ejected out of the chamber and just kind of we'll be making some sort of Niagara effect to just, make it, whatever the word you would call it, just give it some life to the animations again. Because currently, yeah, they have sound, but it's not very lively. So we're going to go ahead and import those. So in the description, as always, there's going to be a download to a compressed file, download and extract it, and you'll have this folder called bullet cases. Inside of there, we have one for 8mm, the 12 gauge for the future, 30 carbine, and 45. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all these, import them in, and set them up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to right click, we're going to go new folder. I want to call this one weapon effects, and I'm going to drag our weapon sounds into there. Open that on up. And I'm going to drag the entire bullet cases folder into here as well. I want material wise, I do not want it to create a material, and I'm just going to import all. Okay, now that it's done, we can create a master material. So in bullet cases, we're going to right click, create a new material, call this one m_empty case master. Open this on up, and we need to give 3 textures that we can use to convert to parameters. So I'm going to grab the 8mm, drag all 3 of its textures, and simply link them up. So here we have the normal map, plug that into normal. Here we have the base color, plug that to base color. Here we have the ambient occlusion, roughness, and metallic, so ORM. So we're going to drag the red to occlusion, green to roughness, and blue to metallic. Now we're going to convert these to parameters, so click on each one, convert to parameter. We're going to name the first one base color, second one normal, third one OCC, rough, and metallic. Now we need to create some material instances off of it once it's done compiling. So we're going to right click, create material instance, and we're going to call this one mi_empty case underscore, then the name. So I'm going to control W. This one's going to be 45, shift W, 30 carbine, control W, sorry, and then 12 gauge. And then I'm going to rename this one that I didn't finish to 8mm. Now we're going to 8mm into 8mm, 45 to 45, 12 gauge to 12 gauge, and 30 carbine to 30 carbine. So let's open up each and every one. We really don't need to open the 8mm, we're going to do it anyways, and we need to check each one of these textures, so that way we can edit them. Alright, so this one's for the 12 gauge, so I'm just going to search for 12, select 12 gauge base, the normal, and the occlusion info. Same thing for 30 carbine, just search for 30. Got the base, normal, occlusion, and save. Here we got the 45. And save, and the 8mm is already set up. So now we can close it, and let's check them out. Make sure, it's not completely broken. We also need to set them up, so open up, each static mesh. Like so. Alright, so this one's 8mm. We're going to select the material for the 8mm. Save it. Looks okay. Close it. Same thing for 45. Looks good. Save it. Close. Got the 30 carbine. Ooh, it's rolled me back. Looks fine. Save it. Then we have the 12 gauge. Looks fine. Save it. Close it. So we now have our static meshes for all of our empty cases. So this will allow us to set up an effect to pretty much spawn at a specific location on our weapon mesh to yeah, give it an effect. So that will be handled in the next video. So I will see you then.